And for those of you who have been on the streets for the last 2 years and for longer, that's amazing. And thank you for being out there. And you know, there's always going to be rights taken away from more people. Like, black and brown people have less rights in this country. Trans and queer folks have less rights in this country. And not only that, but with these laws, these anti-abortion laws that are passing now, they're also passing a slew of anti-trans bills and anti-contraceptive bills as well. So if you think that they're not coming for you next, they are. They are. It might not be now, it might not be tomorrow, but they are coming for all of us. And I think growing up in this country, we're taught to believe that capitalism is the only way, that our government is the only way, because no one ever taught us to dare or to dream that we could build something better than this capitalistic hellhole that is this country. No one ever taught us, you know, it doesn't have to be this way. Good. You don't have to watch your rights get stripped away day after day, week after week, year after year. And so I just want to point out that I was reading about some protests in Mexico where they stripped away abortion for people in Mexico. And that very same day, a huge portion of the Mexican population came out and they tried to burn down the Mexican government.
Wait, is this like a recurring thing?
And literally the next day, they reversed their abortion ban. They did. And so, for those of you who think, oh, I have to sit here and take this, there's not a lot I can do, I don't feel powerful at all, they are scared of you. We saw this with the 99%. We saw this with BLM, and we're seeing that with Roe now. Did any of you see those 30 to 40 cops that were staged in that parking lot? They were waiting. They were waiting to see what kind of protest this was. Because if it was a black bloc protest, guaranteed they would have come in here with their bikes and tried to fucking arrest people. That is guaranteed. If you are going to be an activist, you need to be prepared. You need to be prepared for mace. You need to be prepared for pepper balls. You need to be prepared for tear gas. And I know it's summer. I know mask mandates are no longer in place, but masks are an excellent way to cover your face because there is facial recognition software. Amazon 2 years ago was using their facial recognition software and working with the police to track down protesters, come to their homes, and arrest them on their doorsteps.
What though?
So if you protest, make sure you're...
I understand this shit's rigged, but I mean, you gotta go in with the Constitution and the first fucking, and the right, and like...
Prepared. I'm talking extra water. I'm talking respirator. Even if it's hot out, like I try to cover my full face, always. I know. Because it's a safety thing.
They know
you keep your comrades safe.
They got GPS recognition.
Back, they got your back.
What?
I've been
they've using shit on your phones to triangulate and track your ass, and you can use these camera feeds and probably ways to fucking track all this. You can't hide. I feel like you gotta. I know you theoretically you gotta hide. You should hide, but I don't know, man. I'm still like kind of 50-50.
We keep us safe. Our community keeps us safe. And this is why, this is why we have solidarity. Because when we can't trust the people in power not to take away our rights, we fight back. We stand up and we fight back. So if y'all don't mind, I want to do a chant with all of you. Okay, so it goes, what do you do?
Alright, that's it for that. Anyways.
Heard that time and time today.
So let's do a recap. This is from yesterday where I stopped streaming. Shit kept happening. She gave a great speech, but we're gonna do a quick recap. But definitely recommend that.
Well, cause that man, you still a woman. He don't give a fuck about you.
She killed it with shit like that.
Hungry, you can't even feed babies who can't get fucking milk.
Yeah, that. Oh, here you go. She killed.
By people who praise Jesus. Come on now. He gave bread to people who were hungry. You can't even feed babies who can't get fucking milk.
Oh.
fucking pandemic.
Got him.
And you're letting people die in a jail where they don't need to be. So yes, I want every last one of them motherfuckers that make a decision in this city, that make a decision in this state, to hear you every fucking time. Whether you go vote, you go help somebody get an abortion, or you go fund that shit. You hear me? This work is hard and this work is every day. A month ago, we got the leak that that decision was coming down. That decision was made over a black-run abortion clinic in Mississippi. Those are black women who run that abortion clinic in Mississippi. They know what they're doing. They know exactly what they're doing. We have the last abortion clinic in Kentucky, in a city that sold black people down a river that is ran by a black woman. I need you to hear me. So when I have my elected officials need to move their ass into action, I mean real quick. There shouldn't be a thought around what it is that I need to do. You need to do the right fucking thing.
Like, she get a lot of great. There's been such killer fucking speeches and all the shit I've seen. Anyway, so like on the mat, yeah, Louisville showed up, great speeches. You saw some of the regulars show up. I also, like I said, what you saw is in large cities you're able to get large groups of people to able to do shit like this. See how they're able to not walk on the sidewalk, but they're able to be on the street. But if you see in Knoxville, they're just on the street. Okay, that's the difference in the size. You see how Nashville, they're probably on the street there, but don't quote me on that. But, you know, and then other ones that they do, there's a lot of speeches for these the first couple of days so far yesterday, and then today what I've seen, like, speeches are a big thing. I mean, they're always a big thing. I mean this isn't as much of a rage thing, because the people you would direct your rage at aren't the police state, as with the last protest movement. The anger is at the politician class, and they will the voter class will never be actually upset with them to the point where they're upset with them. They will always prefer to do this. They'll go to the streets, and this has its purpose too. Don't get me wrong, but as long as these guys exist and politicians exist, what the fuck? They you know, just as I said, you know. As Gotti said, they'll never give a shit about a protest. And we find ourselves within that situation again. So like I said, you got Lincoln, L.A. She got crazy tonight, or last night on the first night of this in L.A. It got crazy in two other places, New York, and there was a third one.
Of abortion care for a long time now.
All right. But... It's kind of hard to leave the audio on. I don't know what's going on there, boys. Oh, what? Oh, shit. No. Take it back. We missed it. Alright, boys.
If you want abortion rights, all you have to do is ask the legislature. They will give it to you.
Alright then.
Every time a killer cop in this city is pardoned by our fucking governor, they're on the front line. They are fighting for black lives, and they are fighting for reproductive justice with us today. Please welcome Jalen Palmer to the mic.
Forgot how much of this I watched.
Like me had to figure it out. Help you. Big and scary.
Boots on the ground.
Oh.
We're here to shut this shit down.
Oh. Okay. Oh, yeah, and then he got logged into his fucking email again. I mean, that's a big ass group, but it's San Fran, big city. Look at that shit. Look at that. Looks like a God's eye kind of look. Uh-oh. I'll do that joke. There's Milwaukee. I don't know what this was about. I saw that for a while. There's Denver showed up big. I guess technically, let's check. Let's see what's going on live. So live, we're looking at not too much. Just Phoenix. Phoenix got something interesting going there. And Denver's. And then Boulder. Alright. I'm live right now. I'm recording. I'm recapping your last night's shit still.
So
The pain that I suffered, but what I'm saying is we got like.
There's Salt Lake City. There's Salt Lake City. There's Phillipsville, Cali.
Thank you for allowing us to come and speak today. But mobilizing is only one part of the equation. You have to organize. You have to go back to your communities. You have to educate them. Educate yourselves. Join existing organizations and fight back, because the struggle is still here.
Yeah.
Those folks as Democrats, do you? They have not voted on anything of consequence. Do you not? ERA and usher in constitutional equality or not? What stands between us and the ERA today? A split Congress. I don't count at least 2 of those folks as Democrats. Do you? They have not voted on anything of consequence.
How about all of them?
On SJR 1. That would remove the timeline on the Equal Rights Amendment and usher in constitutional rights. It is already passed in the U.S. House. We need it to pass in the Senate.
All right.
are the majority. More than 80% of the American people want safe, legal abortion.
Well, that's a whole lot of. Well, there's that.
I don't think any of us.
That's Salt Lake.
I work with.
This is all last night, 24th, that night. Whatever time homeboy got it at there. Let's go for a big jump. Let's see if.
And yet they have repeatedly failed to pass legislation
Fuck.
of Americans. $60 billion. In fact, the world is wealth that we, the working class, created. But if they control all the wealth, yes, that means they control all of our rights. So if we want to control our rights, we have to take back the wealth.
No shit, get him. Yeah, there's a lot.
Are you at your workplace? At your school? Are you gonna fight for women? For LGBTQ people?
Tough. Great, incredible speakers, I'm telling y'all. Yo, they're right there. That's Kashama Sawant killing them, bruh. Bruh, there she is yesterday, bruh. Oh, man, somebody on Twitter was coming at her, says that she supported some white supremacist dude, and I was like, I don't know, I'll have to look into it. But as I always say, here she is every time. She's always there. She's always shitting on everybody like she's supposed to. I don't understand. I don't know how you knock it. I don't, but apparently there's some, as always. See, there's the Gestapo. There's the Gestapo there. There's Seattle speeches. There's Breitbart, everybody's favorite. And you got whatever you see. This is when the East Coast got quiet or camps got suppressed or something, right? Because like, I mean, you had shit going on in D.C., right? And you see there's a good-sized group, right? And then, you know, you jump later, gone. And then watch, we'll jump later, gone. Like once it starts getting nighttime, woke stops covering. I'm like, we'll have to keep an eye on that if that's a trend. But now you got mostly L.A. L.A. huge, bro. This is where shit got crazy. Yeah, it was L.A. though too. So they brought back D.C. there though. Oh, this might be the shit where I saw a bunch on Twitter. This is when the pigs start attacking people. And gassing too, apparently. And they had less than lethal rounds also. This shit got crazy there. I mean, you can skim through it. I don't feel like doing it. But like, I mean, as you see, the Gestapo presence is massive. Whether you're what you're protesting for, against the police state or just something that technically doesn't involve these guys. Obviously, the police state feels they're needed. I mean, and they were needed because shit was happening. Yeah, it looks like they were needed. They're just standing around and doing all their bullshit because nothing was urgent. Nothing was life threatening. Like even in now Sacramento, it's like they're always there. This is their job. Like if they were actually either fighting for something, or I guess if they were actually fighting for it as opposed to just the huge. But like instead you're gonna get met with this shit, especially if you're in a big city like LA. They got that money for these things, and then it hits the ground, clink, and then reload. I reload it, and then he fire on those poor ass civilians. They're dumb as shit. Gas them. Oh, whoa. Like Vietnam War called them. Who name you? Alright. Well, as you see, it's kind of a stalemate between the overfunded police state and a bunch of civilians, as you know. So, what war toward Middle Eastern country is this? You may never know. It's just LA.
People's property, you know. As a matter of fact, look, they're giving it away. Give it away, give it away. I love you.
What man is this?
Disperse? Yeah. Instead of us dispersing, they're dispersing.
What man is this?
And I'm all for abolishing the police, but there can't be any form of community care if you're not willing to give respect when they protected us. You know, on a certain level tonight.
I don't know what that was
I'm
about.
gonna ask her. I don't want to interrupt.
No, interrupt him.
For trans.
See that pink building
Movement
behind
T says
me?
your glasses.
Is that a dog? Let's go back. Go back. It's a big ass fucking dog. Big dog go. Alright, boys, that's it. That's the recap. That's what happened last night. There's some other shit, but we're not covering that here, boys. Now, live. What do we got? We got the usual. Absolutely not much. Phoenix chilling. Denver chilling. Giving emotional speeches. So let's get the audio for Phoenix. What's going on in Phoenix? They got water.
Not an oven, guys. Not an oven.
Not an oven. I don't know. I don't want to know. I definitely. I do. They're screaming about water, bro. We'll come back to this. All right. Well, that was the recap. That was the fucking recap. This is what's going on now. I'm gonna do in another video. I'm gonna do a recap of today up to live, and that'll square us all the way. Thanks for watching. It's Zach. You got a call sign. You hit him with a thanks for all that shit. Oh.
Thanks for watching. It's a joke.